Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Rosey, and if you hear any sounds, which I know you do, it's me playing with my camera. I'm trying to figure it out. I have a Canon camera that I bought years ago, 5, 6 years ago, maybe longer, I don't know, and I never really learned how to use the damn thing. So I'm just playing with it like I have been for the past couple of days. I went outside and shot some video for a little bit because I just wanted to get outside and get some fresh air. And it's in the low 50s today, so it felt good out there, even though I had on my hoodie, my Slaughter hoodie. I love that hoodie. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about while I have the chance is manifesting. Since about, excuse me, since about 2019, 2020, I started looking up videos on YouTube and came up on the likes of Deuces and a few others about manifesting. And I found that it was very interesting, and in some aspects it may have actually worked, because what I learned about manifesting is that basically that's what I was doing back in the days when I was saved and highly religious and going to church. Because one of the aspects of manifesting is asking, believing, and receiving. And that's what I learned in church, is that you ask God for what you want, you believe that you're going to get it, and that you'll receive it. And honestly, I have to believe that that's true because it's worked for me many, many times. Except what I didn't know was that my praying and asking God for certain things was actually manifesting. And in church, I think they called that manifesting. I think they did. But I just didn't understand it. And these people are doing it in a way where you're not really asking God per se, but you're asking the universe. And they say that if you're more comfortable calling it God, then that's fine. If you want to call it Jesus, that's fine too, just as long as you believe that you will receive what you are trying to manifest. And so I don't want to take God out of the equation because I'm not comfortable doing that. So I just feel like I will just keep doing what I've been doing all those years, and it'll keep working for me because it has worked for me before. And yes, I'm still messing with my camera because I'm bored. But I just never knew about the books that are written about it and the things that are said about it. It just complete mystery to me until I started just looking up on YouTube, because I kept hearing little bits and pieces about it here and there and was just wondering what was it talking about. And so my kids, they talk about it sometimes, but not to the extent that I do. And I'm not sure that they believe in it. But, I mean, I feel like that to some extent you are the creator of your own destiny, and that you can bring about your own miracles if you believe hard enough. I do believe that to an extent, but like I said, I don't feel comfortable taking God out of the equation because I felt like it's worked for me before, and I manifested some things that I possibly shouldn't have. And I feel like I gave up on it, and that's probably what brought my blessings. Well, not really my blessings, because I still got blessed over the years, but it brought some things in my life to a standstill. Like after I graduated college, for instance, I sort of, I felt like I could do anything when I got my degree. And I have a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. I was about to get my master's in healthcare management, but I didn't really want it. I think I was like maybe 2 to 4 semesters away from getting that, but then the classes got harder. I came upon an accounting class that was harder than any accounting class that I have had since high school. And I just couldn't see myself doing that. My GPA was high. I had maybe a 3.3, maybe a 3.4 GPA. I can't really remember. It might have even been just a 3.2. I just know it was a 3 point something. And I knew that if I took that accounting class, it was going to completely ruin my GPA. And I figured just quitting school while I was ahead was for the best, because I would not have passed that class. And I was not willing to put myself through that, especially at that point in time when I was taking care of my mom, who was bedridden and dying. So I had to give up my classes because it was overwhelming. It was to the point where when I tried to do the assignments, I would just start bawling my eyes out. So I quit while I was ahead, and now I am over $130,000 in debt. And that is part of what got me interested in manifesting, because I have dreams and goals that I do want to reach for. And college healthcare management, that just wasn't for me. I mean, I know I could do it if I really hunkered down and tried, but when it gets to the point that even thinking about going back to school gives me an anxiety attack or a panic attack, I cannot put myself in that situation. If I go back to school for anything, it's going to be for creative writing, English, journalism, something, but it's not going to be for an area that I didn't want to go into in the first place. I was doing it for my mom. She made me promise to finish school to get my master's degree. Sorry for the flub there. But I don't want it. I don't want to work that hard for something that I don't feel serves me, if that makes any sense. I don't want to work that hard in something I know I don't want to do, possibly going to a job that I don't even like. I don't really like working with the public anymore. I used to have a passion for customer service, and it's still kind of a passion, but not to the point where I want to work in it anymore. I don't think I can take customers because I don't have that patience anymore. The last time I worked with customers, I was 21 years old. And I haven't had a job since. No, I was 22. I was 22, and it was just before my 23rd birthday, because my oldest kid was just a baby. And I haven't had a job since July 1999. I wish I were kidding, but I'm not. And I have tried to find jobs over the years, over the past 20 some years. I have tried my hardest to find a job, and it's very disheartening when Walmart and Service Merchandise, well, that doesn't exist anymore, but I did try to get jobs there, and Sears when it existed here, and Steinmart, and just all these stores just pass me over. It's disheartening. And even freaking McDonald's, dude. I couldn't even get a job at McDonald's. They passed me up. They would not give me a call. So I feel like I am at my wit's end. I could have had a job in Las Vegas when I graduated college, and I was up for a job there. But before I even had a chance to pack to leave, my mom started getting sicker. And this was in 2013 now. She was even too sick to go to my graduation. So my aunt, her youngest sister, my aunt came to me and said, Roz, please don't go off to Las Vegas, because if you do, you're going to hate yourself if anything was to happen to your mother and you weren't here to take care of her, and you'd never forgive yourself. And so I let that eat away at me, and I stayed. Do I regret not going and trying to find a life for myself? Yes, heavily. I heavily regret it. But at the same time, I do not regret staying and taking care of my mother, because I wouldn't have forgiven myself if I wasn't here for her. In one way, I feel like had I gone, that I would have been able to pay for her to have better doctors in a better area, in better hospitals. But in another way, I also kind of feel like there's nothing I could have done. And so I do regret not going out there and following my heart and my dreams and getting a job that I was up for. But in another way, I'm glad that I did stay and that I was able to comfort my mom in her last days. So now I'm in a position where I am writing my books and editing them, and I am finally presenting them to the world like I've always wanted to. And I'm just trying to find my audience. And I have said before that I am a rock and roll erotica romance writer. I do write erotica, and I also write romance, but they are all rock and roll oriented. And what I mean by that is that rock and roll stars, rock stars, rockers, musicians, they are my muses. I won't tell people who my muses are directly. Some people know. Some people know exactly who they are. And if you read the stories, you'll come up on little hints here and there that'll tell you, oh, it's this guy, oh, it's that guy. But some of you will read it and you'll think you'll know who it is, and it's not him at all. So, I mean, it's just a fun little activity that you can do to just read up on these naughty little stories and try to figure out who I'm talking about. And there are other stories that I can't wait to bring out. They're not erotica, but they are romance. And they are stories that I put a little bit of my real life into. And my characters fought back in a way that I was afraid to when I was younger. And so I can't wait to get those edited the way I want them and copyright them and bring them to the world also. But right now I have a book out called First Time Angel. This is a book that I started working on around 2012 or 2013, somewhere in there. And it started off as just these little fantasies that I just started having one night, and opened up a blank page in Word and started typing. And in no time at all, I had 4 very short stories. There were just 4 short stories. And I put them all together in this one book. And I had them posted to a site that I am no longer a part of because I didn't feel like it was finished. And so last year and this year, I started adding more to it and made it an actual story. And that actual story with those 4 fantasies are up for pre-order on Amazon, and I am super stoked about that. I will put the link in the description, and I hope that you all get curious enough to buy it, and I hope that you will tell your friends about it who like stories like that. I hope that you will tell possibly some family members who like stories like that, and just tell anybody you can. Just support me on this, and just follow me and see what else I have coming along. I'll put the link to my website and to my blogs so you can see what other things I have going on. And yeah, that's all I've got. Manifesting and career and all that good old stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for wasting time with me. I hope to be back with y'all real soon. But until then, I love you guys very, very much. Hope to see y'all on the next upload, and bye for now.